Going to start with Chelsea and fresh developments in the race to buy the club. In the last few minutes, the breaking news is that the owners of the Chicago Cubs baseball franchise and billionaire hedge fund tycoon Ken Griffin have joined forces to form a powerful consortium. That follows news we brought you earlier today that a number of bidders are looking to team up. Meanwhile, Chelsea themselves, the players, are in Lille preparing for the Champions League second leg in their round of 16 tie. Gary Cotterill is with them. Good afternoon, Gary. The game goes ahead as we understand it, but it must have been very difficult for the players to concentrate with such a big game ahead and so much noise from so many quarters.
Well, it's certainly different for them, isn't it? Everything that's going on around them and has been going on around them for the past 2.5 weeks. But you know, these are top athletes, top sportsmen, top professionals. They very much will have their match day head on today. They're taking it, from what I can see anyway, in their stride. And they've been taking a few strides, Nick, out of the hotel around a local park. We managed to get quite a lot of footage of them having a walk around. As you can see, they all do look pretty relaxed. Thomas Tuchel signed a few autographs. Cesar Azpilicueta, who led the group, one of the ones perhaps who's most concerned because of the contract situation. He's out of contract. If he wanted to stay, he couldn't negotiate a new deal under the licence that Chelsea are operating on at the moment. But he was very relaxed. He shouted out as Joe on cameras ran to catch them up, and I limped behind with my dodgy knees. Come on, Gary. Come on, Gary. Keep up. We had Romelu Lukaku looking not perhaps the happiest, but that's probably for other reasons, in that Kai Havertz is scoring for fun, so Romelu Lukaku's not getting much of a look. And N'Golo Kante, of course, the most popular on the walkabout. He's not only a Chelsea hero, he's a French hero. So yeah, a nice walk around. The weather's not too great here. No sun, pretty cloudy, pretty cold. It's a bit like going to a match away in England, to be honest. It's almost easier to get to a lot of the away grounds in England from London, just an hour and a half on the train, although Chelsea flew 5-star charter flight, 5-star accommodation. They paid and arranged this trip well before any of the difficulties they're going to have with arranging future away trips. But yeah, I think despite all the scares, despite the news last night that the EU was sanctioning Roman Abramovich and all that that might mean for Chelsea, it seems definitely now this match tonight will go ahead. Lille, of course, don't forget, 2-0 behind already in this tie. Chelsea looking to defend their Champions League trophy, and meanwhile the EU and UEFA talking to make sure that they can carry on in this competition despite that blacklisting of Roman Abramovich.
And in the background, breaking news almost hour by hour on potential takeover bids. Where are we up to?
Yes. Lots of bidders now making it clear that they're very interested in buying Chelsea, and why not? What a successful club, what a successful business. The reigning world champions, the reigning European champions, obviously as well flirted for a while, didn't they, with a few others of the big clubs with the Super League. So they're well known around the world, particularly, you would say, in America. And that's the latest news that we have really in terms of potential bidders. The Chicago Cubs owners linking up with a billionaire hedge fund tycoon. Also, we hear today have a super consortium being put together, including Nick Candy, probably to head it as the face of it because of his love of Chelsea and his knowledge of real estate in the area. Also joining in with him, Wyss, Boehly and Goldstein. So a lot of money between those four. Of course, you're never far away from mentioning the Saudis when it comes to a bid for a big club, and there's a consortium interested in Chelsea as well. But there will be others who are just keeping their cards close to their chest as the deadline of Friday approaches, the bid deadline approaches. Maybe others will be emerging after that deadline, or maybe they won't show their cards at all, just stay in the background and think that they've got the best bid and they don't need particularly to shout about it. A lot of interest in Chelsea. We knew that there would be, and that certainly seems to be the case, particularly if they can go on in this competition and retain their title as European champions.
Gary, thank you.